When discussing Biddy Early's life and reputation as a wise woman of Ireland's past, one must proceed with caution due to the nature of folklore collection. Folklore began as oral storytelling amongst common people, but when folklore was later collected to be recorded, it was more of a collection of stories, legends, and myths surrounding the topics, and less a collection of historical accounts with factual information. This is to say that what we know about Biddy Early may not be completely factual due to limited evidence of Biddy Early's existence.
The story of Biddy Early, as described by Derouen, began with Bridget Ellen Connor's birth to John Thomas Connors and Ellen Early. While she was baptized Bridget Ellen Connors, she often went by Biddy Early. She took her mother's maiden name because of her mother's reputation as an herbal healer, which she wanted to emulate. To help her mother, as a child she would go out and gather different herbs and plants to use for medicinal and healing purposes. While doing so, people often reported seeing her out in the fields talking to the fairies. She would sit next to a stone and a white thorn bush that were said to be fairy dwellings.
Biddy Early grew up poor, and her parents died when she was very young. Because of this, at an early age, she was left to make a living on her own. She wandered the rural parts of County Clare, staying in different houses and doing small jobs here and there. She found a job in the Sheehy mansion as a domestic servant. Around this time, her reputation as a herbalist and fortune teller began. After working as a domestic servant, she worked in the House of Industry until she married her first husband, Pat Malley.
She continued to perfect her herbal cures. These cures were passed down from her mother and not shared with others. Biddy's reputation as a wise woman grew larger and larger as word spread around rural Ireland. Biddy began receiving guests asking for cures, but she never accepted monetary payment from her visitors. She only accepted gifts in the form of food and alcohol.
Biddy was often characterized as possessing a dark bottle that was supposed to contain her curative powers. It is not known how she acquired the bottle, but it was always present when she was healing others. Generally, she would pour some of the contents of the bottle in a smaller bottle for a relative or friend to bring back to the sick person if the sick person was not present themselves. The small bottle keeper was often warned not to let anything happen to the bottle on the way home. When the bottle broke, the sick person was usually dead before the traveler arrived home. If they made it home with the potion intact, the sick person was healed.
Biddy Early continued on her path of healing others until the day she died. But even though Biddy Early died, her reputation lives on today.
I was first told about Biddy Early when I was a child. We would have had a holiday home in Clare, and when we were travelling to Clare, my father would have told us about the stories around her when we would drive through the West Clare countryside.
Okay.
Stories I was told as a child is that she was a witch. So it was quite a negative connotation that she could put spells on people and that she could curse people. I think particularly that she could curse, because in Ireland there would be the suspicion of a widow's curse, and of course Biddy Early was twice widowed.
Okay.
So, quite a negative connotation, somebody to be frightened of. So I suppose more recently I would have heard the
good
better
things.
side of, yeah.
Hi, I'm Kennedy,
Hi, I'm Taylor.
and this is our reflection on our Biddy Early video. So I guess the first thing that we did when we were making this video is obviously do the research. We found a lot of research at the library, and we got most of our information from Derouen's book, Biddy Early, The Wise Woman of County Clare.
We also got some information from articles that were given to us, and off some from JSTOR.
So after we had the research, we put together a script, and it wasn't very hard actually. Once we read that book, we could tie everything together from the research articles, which is good. So it wasn't hard to make the script. And then we just did our filming. We just planned our filming around Biddy Early's life that we talk about in the movie, obviously.
Yeah, we filmed around the River Shannon, just for a nice nature backdrop since Biddy lived in the countryside, and we just kind of filmed around campus some.
Yeah. So we wish we could have gone to County Clare, but we couldn't because we just didn't have time and money to go. So. Yeah.